This man is the specialist of specialists when it comes to striking, and one of the most destructive forces we have ever seen inside the Octagon. A 2-division world kickboxing champion who is now a 2-division world MMA champion. This man is a monster. One of the most feared strikers. And he hits people and just sends them flying. Everybody goes unconscious.
Alex Pereira is the boogeyman.
You cannot stand in front of that man. I'm telling you, that's what this guy does to everybody.
Alex, stop running away. Running away from me.
Magomed Ankalaev is dominant.
When this man steps foot into the octagon, you see a rare combination of all the skills. Striking, grappling, wrestling. This man has it all. Oh! Unconscious!
It's on the schedule. How really do you see this matchup? How do you assess Ankalaev and the threats that he could bring to this bout?
As dangerous as any other opponent that I fought. Looking at him, the way that he fights, he's an ordinary guy. Of course, have his weapons, have his dangers, but I've been training hard. I evolved a lot, and I'm ready for it.
If you get your title shot, you just only worry about one thing, and that is winning, right? If you go in there against Alex Pereira, that is the only goal in mind.
No, I think if it's a fight against the champ, it's got to be exciting. I have to do whatever I can to show myself well. I stopped feeling bad for myself or safe for myself. I'm going to go out there and show a good fight.
Alex Pereira has got to a place now where when he's coming out and he stops it and he pulls that bow back and he starts screaming, the whole arena is doing it too. So that lets you know that, yes, he has officially arrived at the superstardom position.
Yeah, the guy has power. He punch. He's a striker, a good striker, and one of the best guys in the strike.
He's the kind of fighter that fight fans fall in love with. He brought back excitement and, you know, energy to the light heavyweight division, and he's a bad boy, man.
His game has been called simple, which is fine, but, you know, best of luck to the rest of the light heavyweight division. We all love Magomed Ankalaev and his game and his wrestling and his versatility, you know. All the best against that Poatan cat.
I'll tell you what, Alex is a national treasure. It's very rare we have a guy come into mixed martial arts and do what he's been able to do. He's finishing everybody. I don't think any of his fights have ever gone to a decision.
It's not just dangerous power. He's sneaky. He's really technical and creative when he's hitting people.
Yeah.
It's like hands down, straight up.
Yeah.
You know, and he moves in on you, and it's just like, it's so filled with danger.
Yeah.
Like every step he moves towards guys, you see this like recognition of this, like, it's a different kind of power.
Ankalaev's a beast. I've been training with Ankalaev for years now, and every time he's in camp, every time he's in town, you just know it's gonna be a war. I don't know, I think he grew up in a fucking cave or a mountain somewhere, dude. The guy just freaking nature. He's a fucking mountain.
Все получается, но дорога у меня долгая, легко ничего не дается. Это мой путь. Я думаю, мы пройдем его до конца и завоюем титул.
Excited to finally have him inside the octagon. The much-hyped Magomed Ankalaev from Dagestan, Russia.
Oh! Rookie knockout for Ankalaev!
This man is absolutely terrifying, and he is championship material if ever there was.
A lot of people believe that it's just an eventuality. This is a champion.
9 in a row for the oncoming Magomed Ankalaev.
Alex Pereira isn't going to look at the board and go, Ankalaev is a problem for me, or he's a squash match for me, or he's my hardest opponent, and therefore I won't do it. Alex Pereira is a goddamn macho. He'll look at Ankalaev and say, that's probably a squash match, it certainly is historically. That is my hardest challenge. Make sure I have that guy next. That's how he works. If he's one of these guys that falls forward, and thus far is exactly what he is, then maybe Ankalaev is exactly the guy we should be calling.
In the heart of the octagon, under the bright lights of UFC 313, two forces collide. Alex Poatan Pereira, a man forged in the fires of kickboxing, a warrior whose hands carry the weight of legends. Every strike, a statement. Every movement, calculated destruction. Magomed Ankalaev, the Russian powerhouse. Methodical, relentless, an architect of controlled violence. A man who bends the fight to his will, suffocating his opponents with precision and power. This isn't just a fight. It's a war between worlds. Striking versus suffocation. Chaos versus control. One man will rise, one will fall. But the violence doesn't stop there. Justin Gaethje versus Dan Hooker in the co-main event, a guaranteed war. Two warriors willing to walk through fire, leaving everything inside the cage.
I love that fight, man. I love that fight. It's another tough matchup. Gaethje only gets the best guys, and I think Dan has put himself back into that picture. You know, he had some setbacks for a while, and it looked like maybe the best years were behind him, but recently got a few new tattoos and comes back a whole different man, you know, and momentum's a hell of a thing. And I think it's truly on the side of Dan Hooker going into this one. I love Justin Gaethje, but you know, and he knows it. He's the first to admit that his career can't be as long as some others because of the way he fights, but that's a banger.
I am worried about the kind of damage both of them will probably take in this one. And I know this is what they do for a living. The commission will check them ahead of time. All the protocol is going to be there. I understand that. But this is one of those kinds of fights where, yeah, it could end early, but if it doesn't, these two are going to tear each other to pieces. And I have to tell you, that gives me, honestly, if I'm being truly honest with myself, it actually makes me a little bit fearful for them. These guys have been around so long, and Gaethje is coming off of the worst knockout loss of his life. I am legitimately terrified for them.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Justin seems like the type of fighter that you would respect and enjoy watching. I don't want to say it's a bucket list fight for you, because he's on your level, you're around the same ranking, but is this a fight that you have been thinking about and wanting for some time?
Yeah, I don't really get caught up too much in opponents. So at the end of the day, it's just a huge test for yourself. But I'm a fan of Justin Gaethje. I watch him. I've met him at UFC Sydney.
The lights will shine bright, but the octagon will be darker than ever. Blood, sweat, and the echoes of war. Justin Gaethje and Dan Hooker are about to collide at UFC 313 in a fight that promises chaos. Gaethje, the highlight. A man who doesn't just fight, he destroys. Every strike, a sledgehammer. Every exchange, a car crash. He's tasted gold, he's fought the best, and he's coming to prove that his violence is still unmatched. But standing in his way, a man who refuses to break. Dan Hooker has been through hell and walked out the other side. War with Poirier, survival against Turner, battles that would break most. Yet he's still here, still standing. And now, he's stepping into the fire again. Leg kicks like axes, fists like bombs, and an iron will that refuses to crack. Gaethje and Hooker don't know how to back down. They only know forward. One man will fall. One man will rise. UFC 313, the co-main event, isn't just a fight. It's a reckoning. Subscribe for more UFC update and comment below. Who takes the win? Gaethje or Hooker?